The year 2025 has begun, and the world watches as the Russia-Ukraine conflict grinds on. Hopes for a swift resolution have long since faded. Instead, we see a war of attrition. Both sides are locked in a deadly embrace, neither able to deliver a decisive blow. The conflict has become a tragic fixture of our times. The front lines shift constantly. Each day brings news of fresh offensives and counteroffensives. Cities and towns once familiar now exist only as names on a map, reduced to rubble and ruin. The human cost of this conflict is immeasurable. Yet, even in the face of such devastation, the spirit of resistance burns bright. The Ukrainian people have shown incredible resilience. They fight for their homeland, their freedom, their very existence. Their determination has inspired the world. The international community remains deeply divided. Some nations stand firmly with Ukraine, providing military and humanitarian aid. Others offer tacit support to Russia or maintain a stance of uneasy neutrality. The conflict has exposed deep geopolitical fault lines, testing alliances and reshaping the global order. The war in Ukraine is fought on multiple fronts, each with its own strategic significance. In the east, the city of Kupiansk has become a focal point. Russian forces seeking to gain control of the strategically important Oskil River are clashing fiercely with Ukrainian defenders. The outcome of this battle could have significant implications for the course of the war. Further south, the city of Kharkov is under intense pressure. Russian troops are attempting to encircle Ukrainian forces in the area, a tactic they have employed with some success in the past. If successful, such a maneuver could deal a serious blow to Ukraine's defensive capabilities. Donetsk, a city in the heart of the Donbas region, remains a contested prize. Russian-backed separatists have controlled portions of the city for years. Now, Russian forces are seeking to expand their control, leading to brutal street fighting and heavy casualties on both sides. The Kursk region, while not on the front lines, presents a different kind of challenge. This area, under Ukrainian occupation, is home to a significant civilian population. Residents are caught in the crossfire, facing shortages of food, water, and medical supplies. Their plight is a stark reminder of the human cost of this conflict. The Russia-Ukraine conflict has become a proving ground for a new era of warfare, drone warfare. Both sides have deployed unmanned aerial vehicles extensively, using them for reconnaissance, targeting, and even direct attacks. Ukraine's drone program, bolstered by Western technology and training, has proven surprisingly effective. Ukrainian drones have struck deep inside Russian territory, targeting military installations, oil refineries, and even air bases. These attacks have exposed vulnerabilities in Russia's defenses and demonstrated the evolving nature of modern warfare. Russia has responded by deploying its own fleet of drones, both for offensive and defensive purposes. Russian drones have been used to strike Ukrainian infrastructure and military positions, often with deadly accuracy. The Kremlin has also invested heavily in electronic warfare capabilities, seeking to jam Ukrainian drone signals and disrupt their operations. The increasing use of drones has raised concerns about escalation and the potential for unintended consequences. As drone technology continues to advance, its impact on the battlefield is likely to grow, blurring the lines between conventional warfare and remote-controlled conflict. Section 4. A world-divided international involvement. The war in Ukraine has exposed deep divisions within the international community. The United States and NATO have condemned Russia's invasion and provided significant aid to Ukraine. This support has bolstered Ukraine's defenses. However, not all countries have taken a firm stance. China and India have adopted a neutral position, calling for dialogue and peace. This division complicates efforts to find a diplomatic solution. Section 5. A bloody stalemate, humanitarian concerns and hopes for peace. As the Russia-Ukraine conflict enters its fourth year, the humanitarian toll continues to mount. Millions have been displaced, seeking refuge in neighboring countries or within Ukraine itself. The United Nations estimates over 10 million Ukrainians have fled, creating a refugee crisis of unprecedented scale. Inside Ukraine, cities and towns lie in ruins, and essential services have been disrupted. Food, water, and medical supplies are in short supply, particularly in areas under siege. International organizations like the United Nations and the Red Cross are working tirelessly to provide humanitarian assistance. Various diplomatic efforts continue to explore avenues for a negotiated settlement. The international community must not abandon its efforts to find a peaceful resolution.